All right. Well, good morning, everyone. Thank you for jumping online to attend this virtual parent coffee. I like to have these coffees once a quarter or so just to bring us all together in a virtual space and look at what's coming up and what's on deck for the Pine School. I'm going to go ahead and jump into some of my announcements here. So, First of all, I really enjoy starting with just little shout outs for things that are going well, new things you might notice on campus. First of all, I want to give a really big round of applause for homecoming. That was a wonderful event for our upper school students. Many of our younger students got to join in as well, but it was really awesome. And for anyone who had a chance to be in the homecoming volleyball game, it was wonderful to see our new scoreboards in use. They're beautiful LED displays, and we also aired an athletic video that Jeff Shirks kind of helped get produced for us. It's on the school's athletic page on our website. If you didn't get a chance to see it and want to check it out, it's about 45 seconds and just a great pump me up, go Knights kind of clip. Um, it was wonderful to see the Sunshine State reading. Oh, the Sunshine State reading adventure take off a few days ago. So, for our lower school to see them rally around reading and literacy, they've got 15 great books that our third and fourth graders will focus on, and then books for K through 2 as well. So, really happy to see that get going here. And I know our lower school parents probably. Excuse me for pausing. I keep working to admit people into this virtual space. But I know our lower school parents got some great information about that. For anyone who has been on campus, hopefully you've noticed our sand volleyball construction progressing along. That is not going to take too long. I would guess in the next month or so, we will see completed sand volleyball courts. That is a spring sport in the scholastic world. So we Oh, here we go. Let me admit a few more people. So we will look forward to seeing Knights begin to compete in that sport. Um, I wanted to follow up on just a little communication that has gone out about our state scholarship program. We're progressing along. The Florida Department of Education has all the documentation they need from the school. They're working with us to make sure all of that is in order. And, the timeline is largely up to them, but just realize that we are working very quickly to make sure that we're compliant and begin to receive some scholarship funds. For anyone who would like to investigate in, applying themselves, I would encourage you to visit the Florida Department of Education. They've got great resources on school choice and will direct you to the space in which you could apply for that Florida tax credit if you'd like. If you want to communicate with the school about our the school choice program and the scholarship funds, please use the email schoolchoice@thepineschool.org. Our business office has recruited a new member of their team. Her name is Liz Alexandre, and she is off and running, doing a great job overseeing um, our participation in that program. Another announcement here from our Parents Association. They have got a great fundraiser coming up starting on November 1st. It's going to be through OTG 24/7. This is a company that produces school specific or business specific bags. I want to give you a little preview of what is coming. So these are some Pine School bags that have been mocked up for us through OTG 24/7. And we will communicate out. The Parents Association is running this little fundraiser. They'll communicate out shortly about how to purchase these bags. 50% of the profits come back to the Parents Association, and as you know, they work hard all year to show gratitude and thanks to our teachers as well as build parent community. But these bags will be delivered in plenty of time for the holidays. So yeah, just a little fun Pine swag if you'd like to pick one of those up. Be looking for it in the next few weeks. Okay, now I've got a few more announcements. These definitely fall in more of the like public service announcement type vein. So a little bit of stuff here. I'd just love your help with. Our car line procedure is something that we are incredibly attuned to. It is so important to keep our students safe with so many cars passing by our curbs, students getting in and out. And so here are some reminders for all of us. Um, I know we don't have, as many people on this call as we might hope, but please spread the word, and I will like also share this out in writing at a later date. But first of all, students need to get out and load from the passenger side. So we want them loading and getting out of the car from the curb side so that they're not walking around or between vehicles. Also, parents, you really should stay in your car. So we've got faculty and staff out at car line to help students get heavier items out of cars or trunks if need be. We can even help with a car seat clip if that will make it easier for you. But when parents start getting out of cars, it can just slow our car line down. Um, One exception to that, we'll see some student drivers come through car line. So this is, another reason to really be mindful of where you are in car line. But of course, if you have a student driver, we know you've got to get out and switch places with him or her. Um, Please always pull your car forward in car line and then exit as directed. So it is really, really critical that we think carefully about our cars and how they're moving, and whether or not it's safe to go around another vehicle. And so again, if you please could give your attention to the faculty and staff out there, they are working hard to make sure everyone stays safe. In the morning, do not pass other cars. Do not pass other cars. And one of the main reasons for that, again, is that occasionally we do have someone get out on the driver's side of a vehicle, maybe to switch spots with a student driver. Maybe there's something obstructing the passenger side. You never know. But in the morning, please do not pass other cars. We've got cones out there for that purpose to remind you. In the afternoon, please do not have students walk to meet your car out of car line. I've seen some students drifting up the hill. I've seen students walking back, like going between buses. And we really need all of the students to stay in a supervised area so that we can monitor their loading into the cars. And if there's an opportunity to exit early and go around cars that are parked and waiting, again, you will be directed to do that in the afternoon. One big change that we've made this year, this last point that I've got here for you all, is that lower school students who are not picked up by 3:20 will need to be signed out of aftercare by an adult who is 18 or older. Just due to the supervision we're able to manage, the space we have available, et cetera, and so forth. We are not in a position to have, siblings stay in aftercare until their middle and upper school brothers and sisters pick them up. We really need those siblings loaded into cars when they're dismissed from lower school. And Jim McDonough's got a great system going where you can wait closer to the line there and then take off when your older student joins you. But yeah, I would agree with anyone who's thinking, "Wow, that sounds really inconvenient if I get there after 3:20 and then I have to park and walk in and sign my child out." Yeah, we're really trying to deter that because we just, we're not prepared to watch all of the students who would be waiting for older siblings. So your cooperation there would be greatly appreciated. A few more little nudges and things I would love parental help with. The theme here is that the details matter, and so. For cell phones, I would really, really just love to have parents support with our policy. We do not want students to have their cell phones out and in use during the school day. And I know we're all muted here, so I'm not going to make this an open an open quiz, but I'm assuming everyone can guess who the biggest culprits are when it comes to calling, texting, contacting students during the day. It's parents. It's parents. And so if you could please not tempt your children to check those messages from you by maybe sending them an email instead, they can look at that on their device. If they've got the ability to check text on their computer, we certainly know that that's a possibility. But please, please help us enforce our cell phone policy. Um, and really even keeping that phone with you during the day would be ideal. So thank you in advance for that. Dress code, many of you have probably noticed that we are really, really trying hard to be a lot more consistent between our published dress code rules and then what we're enforcing on campus. And so to all of you parents, I would love your support in just making sure your kids have the clothes at home to dress themselves in uniform every day. If they're making different choices, if they're coming to school and they've put on the shoes that you told them weren't going to be acceptable. We'll follow up on our end as we're able. But just, that partnership to us looks like you, the parents, making sure they've got what they need. We don't wear sweatshirts on dress uniform day. We really want to make sure that shorts and skirts are long enough and acceptable for school. All of those little things. If you've got any questions, we've got some uniform guidelines published we can direct you to, and are always happy to have a conversation as well. And then the last little detail here I would offer is about attendance. I would love, love, love if you would please join the school in prioritizing time in class. I know it's tempting to pick your student up early, head out for vacation, perhaps maybe take a day that yeah, you just, maybe letting them stay home. But when students are absent, they miss out. They miss out on all the great experiences they have in class. And so having them to school on time is really critical to what we're trying to accomplish educationally. And so those are the little details I wanted to nudge along for you. So thank you for your participation there. Now I'm going to head into looking at some of our upcoming events. So this indeed is a long, exciting list. I'm not going to tune in with you virtually again until January, so a lot to cover here. Uh, this uh, this Monday, we will have the soft start to our winter sports competition. So we do have soccer starting, basketball start a little bit later, but then our fall sports are going to be drifting into district competition. So definitely come out and support our teams. Then this coming Friday, the 20th, we'll have our middle school Halloween bash. That is always a good time. Following up on the 24th of October, we will have our high school night. And so this is an admission event. We invite our students, our current eighth graders, seventh graders are welcome too, but really focused on an eighth grade program for students in and out of the Pine School who are looking to come to Pine School's upper school. As we go into the end of October, you will see lots of Halloween festivities. Of course, on the 30th, we will have our pumpkin contest. And then on Halloween itself, we have a great lower school presentation. And they also get to participate in some trunk or treat activities led by our seniors. We will not have classes on November 1st. We want to give space for middle school and upper school conferences. You'll see comments come home a good week or so beforehand. So you'll be able to see those comments and decide if you'd like to come in and meet in person with your child's teachers. Looking into November, we will have our Pine School auction nightclub. So that is a really fun night. If you haven't gotten your tickets already, I encourage you to. We've got an awesome live band that's going to be performing for us. On the 10th of November, we have our Veterans Day Assembly and also include with that an open house. So that's another admissions event. And while it's on my mind, I will offer that our admissions deadline for first read applicants is going to be December 15th. So definitely spread the word there. Or if you've got a sibling who's looking to come to Pine, please get that application in so that we can read it with our first pass. We do host an annual food drive that happens the week before Thanksgiving. So that will be the 13th through the 17th of November. More information will come about that. We also have an awesome, awesome art exhibit. Our gallery night will happen on the 16th of November. And then, of course, we will take the week off for Thanksgiving. Looking into the time after Thanksgiving, we will host, well, first of all, over Thanksgiving, the Friday after Thanksgiving, it is our tradition to host an alumni get together. And so we'll do that off campus at McCarthy's in Tequesta. And we just look forward to welcoming any of our alumni who are back in town for that holiday and, who want to get together to come and join us there. Once we're back on the 5th of December, we'll have an ugly sweater day, very, very fun. And we'll couple that with a holiday service. We do have a toy drive that we coordinate. And then we bring those unwrapped toys in on the 5th of December for our holiday service. We've got two great local organizations we donate those new toys to. We will have our upper school bonfire and movie night on Friday, the 8th of December. And we'll then that Saturday, we will have our kindergarten readiness day. So again, back to that application deadline, would love to see those applicants come in by the 15th of December. And this is a great way for families to get some early information about where their children might go for kindergarten. We'll have our winter concert on the 15th, Friday the 15th. And then we have another Pine School alumni reunion, more focused on the five-year classes. But of course, with our small school and small classes, it's fun for us just to invite everyone. But we'll host that on campus on the 21st of December. And then on the 22nd, running very, very close up to Christmas here, we will end our semester. We'll take a nice long break and come back together on Tuesday, the 9th of January. So an interesting way that our winter break falls this year with Christmas coming on a Monday. And then looking ahead, we'll have our next virtual coffee that Friday we return, so the 12th. And just my goal there will be to orient you for the next few months ahead. And then I wanted to give a special little note here to get it on your calendars. We will have our 100 Years of Cars. This is our annual car show. We typically have about 2,000 visitors to our campus, over 200 cars shown. This annual event raises money for our Patriot Scholarship, but more than anything, it is just an awesome time to welcome guests to our campus and show off our beautiful space. So I hope you'll put that on your calendars. It's a very, very fun family event. All right. I know that was a lot. I'm looking at my clock here and I want to keep us moving. I'm very happy today to be able to introduce to you Dorothy Castle. Dorothy's our middle school dean focusing on student life, and she is working with her colleagues to help us adopt a new program. So our program is called Leader in Me, and I'm going to just pause here and see if Dorothy is ready to jump in and get going with this information. So Dorothy, welcome.
Good morning. Thank you so much for having me. Can everyone hear me? Hooray. Okay, so super quick, Leader in Me is a new program that we're starting K through 12 in the school. It helps educators design lasting solutions to common challenges through the lens of student strengths and leadership. Leader in Me approaches every goal or initiative with proven, comprehensive models that transform paradigms, improve behaviors, and they achieve measurable results. And so, Leader in Me takes the 7 habits of a successful person and they make it attainable for all people, any age, any group, from kindergarten through 12th grade. So here we have a slide explaining the 7 habits just super quickly. And so we have our habit 1, which is be proactive. Our habit 2, which is begin with the end in mind. Habit 3, put first things first. And those are all personal victories that we hold within ourselves to make ourselves better people and more successful in life. And then we move on to the next habits, which is habit 4, think win-win, where you start working with other people and becoming helpful. And that's when your victories become more out into the world, when you can start helping other people. Seek first to understand and then to be understood. I think that that's something that no matter how old you are, you could probably work on. I know I can. Habit 6 is synergize. So that's where you start involving that team effort or working with other people on a group project or anything like that. And then habit 7 actually is happening throughout habit 1 through 6, where you're sharpening the saw. So you're making yourself better at all of the habits throughout your entire time working on them, kindergarten through 12th grade and as adults in the future. Through these 7 habits, we also have our 5 core paradigms, and I want to introduce a student leader to you all for that.
Hi, everybody. I'm Roxy Hessler, and I'm the secretary on the Student Council. So here are the 5 core paradigms. Everyone is a leader. Everyone has genius. Change starts with me. Empower students to lead their own learning. And educators and families partner to develop the whole person. Thank you.
Thank you, Roxy. So Roxy is on our middle school student council. She's our secretary, and she is one of our school leaders that will be starting this off with us. We are very excited to have her on her team. Thank you, Roxy, again. So we take these 5 paradigms and we use them also throughout K through 12th grade. I have attached some things that would be used usually for K through 4th grade for us. And so they will be using the 7 habits of happy kids. And so it's an adapted version of the 7 habits. And it makes it a little bit more attainable for them. So be proactive then becomes monitor your own behavior. And then as you can read onto the slides, it has all the 7 habits that we would use in middle school and high school, but it makes it a little bit more attainable for the little guys. Oh, yes, of course. And there's some family slides that I can send out too if anybody is interested. I can definitely send out a copy of these slides though. In middle school, this is what our 7 habits looks like. So this is our 7 habits tree for middle school. We actually start using more of the wording that we would use in the 7 habits book, or there is also a 7 habits for a successful teen. And so that's where we start using really the be proactive, put first things first, like do your homework first, and then you can play your video games. And it's just, I mean, it really can be as simple as that. I just had that conversation with my child yesterday. So it's very, very useful for everything. And then for upper school, it does take a pretty nice shift. In middle school, we start utilizing our students like the student government to help us lead. So it's not just the adults telling the kids, this is how to be a leader. We are going to use our student leaders to help us show how to be leaders also in the middle school. In the upper school, it actually almost completely changes hands, and their student government will take this over and lead the class as partners with the educators in leading the 7 habits. And their focus is a little bit different than obviously kindergarten or middle school would be. Their focus is on future leadership, college. What do you see in your future? What kind of job do you want? And now, how are you going to use those 7 habits to take charge of your life? And so their lessons go from how to be a good friend to how to take charge of your education, how to take charge of your finances, how to take charge of your time. And so it changes throughout the student's life from K through 12. And so to help me guide this, we do have what's called the Lighthouse team, and these are the adults that are going to help me guide the students and really implement this. I am the Lighthouse coordinator. In our lower school, we have Ms. Castellanos and Miss Jackie Brownie and Amy Matoza to help us. In middle school, we have me, and then we used one representative from each advisory. So in middle school, for those of you who don't have any middle school students, we have advisories that end up becoming the students' core home in the morning and for check-ins. And so our advisors that are on the Lighthouse team are Amy Toman, Lori Schwartz, John Dempsey, and Rachel Leggett, and they will represent 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th grade. They'll help guide their advisory teams through this process. And in upper school, we have Miss Heidi Kay and Patty Woodbury to help our high school teachers and students come together and lead this to be successful also.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much for that overview, Dorothy. I'm going to come off the presentation and just offer that we've been looking for a few years to find a program that would unite the language that we use at Pine. We've got an awesome opportunity knowing that we collectively see students all the way from kindergarten to 12th grade to really guide their journey in that maturation. And, to have a program that we are excited about working with, that we've already, got a little bit of connection with in school. I know that my daughter read the 7 Habits of Highly Effective Teens in her English class in middle school. So I think there's a lot about the language that resonates with many of us. And it's just practical advice, like good practical advice. And knowing that we've got consistent things to turn to, is going to, I think, help us through time. So we're living into it, learning into it. I'm also really happy that we were able to add another counselor to our counseling staff. So Heidi Kay is now, focusing more with our older, middle, and upper school students, and well poised to take ownership in our upper grades for the Leader in Me program. And then many of you know that Jennifer Castellanos has been working with our younger children and some of this early character education. And then, of course, excited to have Dorothy bring everything together for the school and also focus on middle school. I want to remind everyone that this is recorded, this presentation. It will be linked in our in our nightly news. So if there was anyone who missed out, or if you want to go back and pause on those slides and look at them a little bit longer, we can get them out in an attachment form to you as well. But if you want to take a peek, have at it. If you really have your interest piqued by Leader in Me, maybe pick up that Franklin Covey 7 Habits of Effective, of Highly Effective People, and give it a little read if you're curious. Checking our time, we're right before 9:30, and I do like to keep us, focused here as we gather virtually. So I'm going to go ahead and sign off. But again, thank you so much. I see that, yeah, we've got Ms. Schwering is coming here. Don't forget about our PA fundraiser. I showed you great pictures of those bags earlier, so look forward to that. And then really, really hope to see many of you on campus as we move through the festivities with Halloween, then Thanksgiving, and then our winter holidays. I hope everyone has a great weekend ahead. And thanks again for joining us here. Take care.